Yo, what's up guys? And today we're going to be talking about all the currently discovered dev spec moves. And just a quick disclaimer before we get started, this video is not made to steal or clickbait anyone's dev spec, but just for entertainment and informational purposes, so no shots fired at the devs. Now, at number 1, we're going to be talking about Mr. Archmage himself, who has, I think, a really cool spec called Haske Vantage. Now, compared to other specs, I wish this one could get a little more love, but it is super drippy. Now, his spec has 3 moves, the most notorious one being that he can steal people's souls. This allows him to make deals with you and level up your monsters to whatever level he wants. Now, this is similar to when Supa made a deal with him and got a level 7 Shadow Roar, which was completely busted. Now, when you do this, you get a vacant debuff, making it so you can't get Vow of Mastery anymore. Now, for the next move, I couldn't find any footage of this, but he can spawn the horseshoe crabs that kill Karliah in the quest if you mess up. The last move he gets is the chains move that allows him to teleport himself or anyone else anywhere he wants and to the mod office. Now at number 2, we have Melonbeard and his Zastra Prince of the Moon dev spec, which I think has the best made particle effects for all the dev specs and maybe the entire game. Now, for his first and second move, his first move is a lightning impact on every steroid known to man, and that's all we know about it. And his second move is a Moon's Eye projectile, which supposedly is just Tornado Kick that's buffed up a ton. Now, for his third move, he has a teleportation move that spawns a gate that can teleport other people whenever or wherever he wants. And lastly, he has a move that he also shares with another developer that we'll get to later called Skeleton Key, which allows him to spawn barriers and platforms that he can walk on. Next up, we have a developer I've known about for a while named Iltria with her Leafre Spellhardt spec. Now, for all my Verdant Moon players out there, you know who I'm talking about, and she's now retired, so you can't find this spec roaming around anymore. Naturally, when people figured out about her powers and how she could give a special enchant to people, people started spamming her and asking her to get it, which was probably most likely the reason she retired. Now, for my Verdant Moon players, this is pretty sad, but of course, her first move is a Wishmaker move. She can give you wealth for 10k notes, power for level 20, and lastly, an enchant called Astral. This enchant is special and it's based off of the Rage Stone enhancement from Verdant Moon. Now, in Verdant Moon, there was a 50% damage buff with this enhancement when you were low HP. Now, in Deepwoken, you do 50% damage against all mobs, and it looks exactly the same as in Verdant Moon, but just maybe a little bit better. Now, as for her other 2 moves, she has a move that can spawn a Stone Knight called an Astral Knight, and its weapon, Michael. Lastly, Iltria can spawn the Floating Keep from the Halloween event and bring people there. Next, we have Zartania, I don't know if I'm saying that right, with his Stannis Caesar spec. Jesus Christ, that is a tongue twister. It only has the skeleton key. Oh my god. It only has the skeleton key spec. I'm leaving that in. Now, second to last, we have Yayafino with his... Oh god. Why do you guys make this so confusing? I hope I say this right. Zithori, Vhemm, Rybak, Diri. Jesus Christ, calm down with your guys' names. Now, this, despite having a long name, is probably my favorite spec by far. Because he can use a buff Dawnwalker moves that do stupid damage. And he also has the Hivemech Golem move called Life Swipe that does a ton of damage. He also has a Life Weave Flourish that may act as a teleport or an attack move. It spawns a bunch of trees, but we don't know currently. And his last move that we know of, which is also super busted, is an Assassinate that works like Dust Lunge, and it takes anyone's life in the vicinity of him. And lastly, we have Dexerius, who has a single power that spawns a phoenix and allows him to fly people around on it, which I think is really cool. I hope you enjoyed, and anyways, just not... What? Huh? Yeah? Wait, there's another spec?
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your
anyways, hope to see you in the next one.